Eluzini is a digital gatekeeping solution. We're willing to offer 10% equity for 50 million naira.
Is it 2018 that you made 3 million or 2019?
2018 to early 2020. That was when we did 3 million.
Oh, are you profitable yet?
Yes, sir.
You are?
Except for the...
In Kiari's voice, this is what I'm hearing.
It's too small for me to invest in.
All right, so it's another deal in the Lion's Den, guys. So we're going to be talking about the Lion's Den, everything that happened in the Lion's Den, episode 6. If you're ready. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Julie. You're welcome to Personality Highlights. In my channel, I do reviews on reality shows, and today we're talking about a business reality show called The Lion's Den. I've been reviewing this reality show for a while now, so if you're not in tune with the conversation, you probably want to check up the playlist, The Lion's Den business reality show. Basically, I started talking about this even though I got to know about this reality show quite late. So you can check my older videos to know much about it, but we're talking about the episode 6, and for each episode there are always 4 entrepreneurs who come into the den with their business idea, with their business plan, with their business, and looking for investments. Of course, for a percentage for this big lions to get a share, a taste of what they are serving. If you're very new to my channel, please take this minute to hit on the red subscribe button to be a part of this conversation, and don't forget to turn on post notification so that you always get a lot of my video every time I upload new content. And of course, if any of the things that I say in this video makes any kind of sense, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, as it will help this channel get more visible. Guys, I would tell you the whole gist. Here's the whole gist of what went down in the episode 4. So we had 4 entrepreneurs as usual, and the first entrepreneur who came in was this guy who brought in a very savvy business concept, and his was an onboarding, security, gatekeeping service app that was supposed to help people get into registration, into people who are coming into a particular environment. Basically, it's just a security app kind of that helps register visitors into probably an organization, an estate, and the rest of it. And this dude was asking for
50 million naira. So thank you very much for your time.
10%
So if you don't
equity
mind,
share
I'd like to show
in
you a
his
demo
company.
of...
And after his speech, he really looked like a very huge pitch. I really loved his presentation. It was very fantastic. Guys, well, let's just have a recap at this whole thing. Looking at these 4 entrepreneurs, who do you think deserves to take home money this time? The first one was, of course, a tech company, which is a security company owned by Adebiyi. Eluzini is the security onboarding process app. And the second company was a company owned, a clothing company owned by Mrs. Yetunde Adeboye, and her business is actually custom-made clothing for kids from 0 to 14 years old. She came in also looking for 2 million naira for a 10% equity share. And then the third entrepreneur who came in was a guy who was really tech savvy. So he had a digital company beforehand, and he came in looking for 15 million naira. So there's something about these entrepreneurs. Most of them are just looking for 15 million naira, 10 million naira. So the third person was looking for 15 million naira, and he was also he came to pitch Wecare app, and of course it's a telemedicine. He talked a lot about the telemedicine industry and the benefits of it. He was asking for 50 million for a 25% equity share, which was actually very interesting, of course. And then the fourth entrepreneur was this guy who came to pitch his brown rice company. He was asking for 100 million naira, guys. 100 million naira for a 20% equity share. Guys, looking at these 4 entrepreneurs, the 15 million naira guy, is it 50 million or 50 million? Okay, I think it's 15 million. The 15 million naira guy, the 2 million naira lady, the 15 million naira guy, and the 100 million guy. who do you think took home the money? If you know that, put it down in the description box, as I will be taking you through every single thing just the way it happened in the Lions Den. Now, in order to make this a very interesting episode and not to bother you with so much details, and actually to be able to share some more videos, I've decided to make these videos and create them into 2 different separate videos. So for this episode 6, there are 2 videos that are talking about the episode, the first 2 entrepreneurs and then the last 2 entrepreneurs. So this is the episode 6 part 1, and I will be talking about just the 2 entrepreneurs who got in, which is the guy who came in with the gatekeeping app, and of course the lady who came in with the custom made clothes for children. So these are the 2 entrepreneurs I'm going to be talking about in this particular video. If you'd like to watch the other one, you probably want to check out the link, the video after this video. You'll be getting to know more about this other 2 entrepreneurs. So let me go right into what went on and how all the entire conversation went through. Adebiyi came in, he was asking for 50 million naira for 10% equity share, and he was pitching his company, Eluzini. His company is a security onboarding process visitor management company, and basically he was just rendering a service. When he pitched his business really looked like that one new kind of business. Like I seriously don't think I saw it as a very random business, and I was very excited. I felt like, oh my god, this first guy is going to get a deal. And then after the pitch, there's always a question and answer, and then the question and answer started with Mr. Dan. Mr. Dan asked the first question, and the question was the time constraints. He had a problem with the time, like if it's a very busy place, how would he handle, how would this app take care of the time management thing? And then that was when Adebi said that there's actually a pre-registration process, and basically Mr. Dan had to say why he would have added that to his pitch earlier, that it had made it more fantastic. Anyways, after that conversation, the next question, of course, was, okay, how convenient is the pre-registration? Is it something that I can do with my mobile phone, because it's a mobile world? And then that was when Mr. Adebi said that, it was just on a web app, and that the service was exclusive for a web app, and it was not yet mobile. And then basically after Mr. Dan asked the questions took another turn as another lion pounced on him with another big question. And then the second question came from Mrs. Adenike, and Mrs. Adenike says she doesn't see anything fantastic about his business. I mean, what makes him different? She talked about some things, and before she had said that, of course, Paul had come in to say, okay, this is not new. I've seen it in other places, and then Mr. Paul, who actually, when he was getting in, they talked about, I think they probably asked them which lion they would like to get into their business. And, Adebi said that he would really love Mr. Paul, to get into his business. And basically, seriously, when Paul's criticism came, I was like, oh my God, there goes a mentor going. Anyway, Paul gave his reasons, and he said one of the loopholes he saw in his business was that there was nothing new in what he was doing, that what he was actually rendering was a service that was already existing, and he was actually new to me. I didn't know it was a service that was already, commoditized. That was the language they used. I think I probably have to check up that in the dictionary, because that word looked like a big word, and it looked like something that we all should understand as entrepreneurs. Basically, Mrs. Adenike went forward from where Paul had left off and said, I don't see anything serious. I don't see anything special about your plan. For that reason, I'm not investing, And then after that, Kiari actually asked, said, okay, that that the service is not new, that it has actually commoditized. Like, they kept repeating the same things, and one after the other, those lions kept bouncing out of this business, this investment plan that was just in front of them. At the end of the day, Mr. Dan came back and asked, Adebi to share his revenue blueprint. At the end of the day, it was more like a summary that, they make like 12,000 naira per person per annum. And for some reason, the Lions didn't see his business as scalable. They didn't see his revenue margin as something very profitable, and none of the lions invested. It was quite sad to see something that I felt was like something new and was going to be disrupting, get torn down by the lions. Basically, after that, Adibi did not get any 15 million, neither did he get any mentorship like he was seeking, because he said he was seeking for mentorship, and then the lion need to invest in his business. He didn't get any, he left. And then the second entrepreneur we saw was this very interesting woman who came with her story. And her story, I mean, she started off with telling a bit about herself, which is, I think, one of the most unique things I've seen so far. I don't think most of the entrepreneurs who come in actually share anything about themselves. So there was really something shooting about, you know, Yetunde's presentation. You know, she talked about how she had lost her twins, you know, and then how she had lost her fallopian tube, and how she had luckily gotten pregnant 7 months later. And basically, she said she gave birth to a premature baby, and that, you know, all the clothes that she had bought for her kid, none of them were her size, that she had to, you know, fall back to making special dresses for her baby. And she said during that period, during that painful period of her life, you know, while she was trying to, that period of bonding with her child, you know, and trying to make dresses for her newborn, that was when that desire to start a business from it emerged from, and then she started making clothes for children from ages 0 to 14 years. You know, she basically talked about her business, how she started, and that she had made about 3 million from 2019, I think, to 2020, 2018 to 2020, I guess. And, you know, Kiari asked if that was profitable, and she said yes, of course, that the only thing that was not profitable was the underwear, because they were still trying that out and trying to understand if it was a good market, you know. And that was where Mr. Dan came in. Mr. Dan, like, I always look out for his questions. He has this very interesting way of scrutinizing these entrepreneurs. And then Mr. Dan was like, this underwear, why? This underwear is cannibalizing your whole effort. I think he had a problem with the underwear, and he said the underwears didn't look comfortable. They were too heavy. If he went to export them to probably a country that was more cold, because Nigeria was like, Nigeria is a hot country. Basically, she didn't give real good answers. The other question was, what is her unique selling proposition? You know, I mean, every lion wants to know what stands every business out, and basically that was the question Mr. Dan asked this, you know, her. But unfortunately, she was not able to give a very interesting answer. The answer was that threading, her finishing was like her standout, you know, edge to the others. And basically, Mr. Dan didn't buy that idea of, okay, this is like your selling point. You know, afterwards, Paul came in. I was like, I don't think this is a business. You probably need to think through it to be sure that this is a business, you know. And this is where I have to say something. You know, sometimes when we start a business as entrepreneurs, sometimes we start our businesses for probably more emotional reasons. We started because of the passion inside, and probably not the big purpose at the end of the day. But anyways, it was more like think it through, be sure that this is the path you want to go. What you're doing is going to be very tedious, it's not scalable. You know, at the end of the day, the Lions were saying the same thing. Mrs. Adenike, who she had actually said she'd love to be a part of her business because she felt Mrs. Adenike was a good mentor, you know, ended up even scattering the whole thing. You know, Mrs. Adenike, who is, of course, a fashion mogul, of course, being the CEO of Rough and Tumble, which is a very influential clothing brand for children, knows so much about her niche. And then she basically said that her business was not scalable. She gave very, very, very cogent reasons why, you know, it didn't look like it was going to be making sense. But, you know, at the end of the day, none of the Lions were willing to invest in Yetunde's business. But one good thing about what happened to her pitch was that she had actually said that part of the things that she does in her business is to visit female juvenile correction centers, and that, you know, she was training them on certain things. And of course, I think that was what caught the attention of 2 of the Lions, because Mrs. Adenike was really interested, and she volunteered. She was going to be sending in sewing machines, getting them with some of the things that probably they might need to reach more juveniles, you know, in those correction centers. You know, afterwards, Mr. Dan also said, you know what, I'm going to support you guys with some funding, with some resources. And, you know, at the end of the day, Yetunde did not get 2 million naira, but she was able to get some kind of help, some kind of, you know, she got good feedbacks, and 2 Lions were willing to work with her in her NGO network that she was using to reach out to, you know, those juveniles in correction centers. And basically, if you ask me, that was a big win. So in the first part of the Lion's Den episode 6, out of the 2 entrepreneurs who came in early, unfortunately, none of the entrepreneurs got any form of funding. The first entrepreneur was looking for, was, you know, a gatekeeping service. He left the den without any business because they felt his business was not, you know, was not a new thing. There was nothing special about his business. Same reasons for Mrs. Adenike's business, but 2 lions decided to give mentorship. So
If you ask me, I think today at the end of the day want something bigger than just getting some money to her business. So basically that was everything that happened in the part 1. Guys, you probably want to check out the part 2 because I'm going to be talking more extensively about what happened in the conversation with the last 2 entrepreneurs who came into the den. Guys, let me know, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts about the reality show. Are you following it up? Is it something you're interested in? Are you enjoying it? Would you prefer that I do these videos all in one video and not just break them down? Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Stay tuned and click on the next video right now.